What's up, everybody? We're going to do connections for Friday, January 12th, 2024. Um, Let me just say, while I just get my screen set up, that it looks like there is a little bit of a controversy regarding the pH category from yesterday. And so I will be, upon further thought and consideration, some of you guys made a very strong argument that you really have to say that those are words that can work when you change it to from a pH to an F. Okay, it's not just the sound, but you actually have another word that you could create if you switch it to an F. Right? Few, fat, Philly, and whatever the fourth one was. And I think Miles made a really good point that that's different from the word, say, pharmacy, where it's a PH, it sounds like F, but there's no word pharmacy where it has the F instead of the PH. So I think that distinction is important to gain full credit for the category. So those folks like me who just said, words that are PH but sound like an F sound, we're only going to get half point. Okay, so I'll adjust my score accordingly. And with that in mind, guys, let's go ahead and solve today's connections. The timer for art starts. It starts now. We've got read subject, period, tank, shock blue, matter issue, point dash, chapter phase, wheel stage, rose, choral. This feels choral. What the heck? Choral. Okay. Yeah. I think that's fine. Like a choral group. Chorus. Okay. This one feels nicer to me. I don't think we've got too much funny stuff going on here. I don't think we've got too many of those I'm sorry guys, I'm really tired. I don't think we have too many of those pop culture categories is what I'm trying to say. So let's just try to make some swift dispatch of this thing. So issue, matter, subject, and issue, matter. We have an issue to discuss. We have a matter to discuss. We have a subject to discuss. We have a point. We have a subject, a point, a matter, an issue. Things that are subject to want to make you want to make a point. Let me just make sure, is point really the best one to go in there? I mean, it's pretty good. Nothing in there from wheel down to choral makes sense. An issue wouldn't be a phase. Chapter. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think these are things that can be discussed or debated. Topic of discussion. Perfect. Okay. Then I saw another category. We've got this is a new chapter in his life. This is a new phase in his life. This is a new stage in his life. And this is a new period in his life. Okay. And these are just stage, chapter, phase, and periods. These are just divisions. Okay. These are just divisions of either time or the topic. Yeah, and that looks really good. So we'll say that. Section of one's life. We said division of time or period. That's pretty much, what your life is. I think that's fine. Okay. Dash, shock, blue, rose, tank, read, or red, wheel, and then this choral is sort of bugging me a little bit. That really bugs me. Shockwave, shock jock, shock into awe. Rose. That's got to be part of a phrase because that's unusual with the pluralizing it. Rose. Rows. Rows and columns. That's weird. Rows. Rose. Sounds like the flower rose. Choral. Rose, there we go. Rose is a color. Blue is a color. Red, and I guess coral. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome because I was very concerned about that. Now we do want to try to get the ordering here. Dash, shock, tank, wheel. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that'll be a phrase. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it. But these are just color homonyms. Darn it. It was purple. So we do not get any style points. Actually, yeah, I'm not going to get. I hope I can name this category for at least a 16, but I don't think we're going to get style points. We're already out of order, and I can tell that I'm a little bit. I might be slightly over the time, but it won't be terrible. Tank, shock, wheel, dash. All right. So it's not going to be a phrase necessarily, a secret word. Tank, shock, wheel, and dash. Tank, top, shock, tank, top, shock, jock, freewheel, double dash. Dash wheel, shock tank. Which shock are we talking about? When you're shocked about something, or like an electric shock? I might even pass on this and I have to just take a 12. The dash, the wheel, the shock, and the tank. Darn it. That feels interesting. I almost wish it was a phrase, but that's almost always purple. Tank, shock, wheel, dash. Hang on. Are these just parts of a car? You've got the wheel, you've got the dash, you've got the shock absorbers, and you've got the tank for your gas. Yes, perfect. All right. I feel pretty good about that. Sadly, I don't think we're going to get any style. I'll double check the timer. I know I had a little bit of a monologue in the beginning about making sure that we treat yesterday's category, the blue category, correctly. But I'm very happy with that, guys. That was pretty cool. We did that nicely. There wasn't anything terribly tricky about that. And I'm really psyched that we got the color homophone. So I'm pretty sure we can safely give Art a 16 for today. I'm totally fine with that. And of course, I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the next edition of Connections.